All right, y'all. Hey, y'all gonna get a real one today. I'll tell you. Y'all fixing to get a real one. And y'all know y'all ain't seen me in a minute. So you already know how this is coming. I'm not, man, you can't, I'm just telling you. Y'all getting a real one today. Be coming straight down the middle. You do want to be tuned in on this, okay? Um, Yeah, man. What we're talking about today is the Ahab spirit, the enemy of the principled man. Or another way of saying it is the enemy of the righteous man. People want to compromise. Uh, People might come in here and be like, Mike, why are you, what's fueling you to do this video? Man, some of the clownery and buffoonery I see out there. And then I got people sending this stuff to me. Like, I guess what they call it, because I was listening. You know, um, I know Pastor we talk about. These people go around, they bite people like venomous snakes be biting them. I guess now that I look at it, people have tried to. I guess you could call it bite me, try to pump venom in me or something like that. I guess I'm a Wolverine because that shit was so soft and there was so much confusion and a feminism and what they're. I thought they, I thought they. And look, let me say this too: if you got children, go put them somewhere because I'm gonna try to hold back from saying anything, vulgar or whatever you want to call it. But man, sometimes stuff just be frustrating. But yeah, I guess I thought folks, their vaginas were hurting or something. They coming to me, crying, talking about stuff. Oh, this, that, and the other. Most of the time people come here, I'll be like, be the change you wanna see, if or something like that. You know, but let's get into this thing for real, man, because I'm gonna let you know yesterday what I was doing yesterday. Woke up early, doing this self development work on myself. So that's usually before the sun ever comes up. Super early. Get up, then, wait for the sisters to finish praying. Get my daughters and my wife. We all go to the gym, hit the gym, get back from the gym, um, help the men out because they're out working on vehicles, making sure these vehicles stay tip top shape. So help them do some of the auto repairs on the cars while at the same time writing out a class that for the brothers who are coming over. Um, because what I did yesterday, we had a automotive class, automotive fundamentals. Um, so I'm writing this class out right about the time I'm finishing up getting the class fully written out for them and the curriculum put together for them. I hear the bell ringing to eat breakfast. By the time I'm done eating breakfast, the brothers is already pulling up for the class we're gonna have. We do the class, teach the brothers. It was a very good automotive class, and then after that, um, you know, by the time we're done with that class and doing the work we are doing on the cars, because I trained them on that too, by then it's about dinner time. Eat dinner, okay? Rush through eating dinner. Why? Because we have a refiners group for new young brothers to get them to keep them focused and to make sure they're on the right path with their life, with their career, with their life choices they're making, all that stuff like that. By the time I get done with the meeting for that group, it's time to go and spend a little bit of time with my family and, take a shower, all that stuff, get cleaned up. And guess what? By that time, I'm fading out, falling asleep. I'm saying all that to say this. I look in my phone and I see like dudes they're sending me these or a dude is sending me these videos, and I'm like, let me go click on. I click on them. Yo, it is butt hurt people used to be in this ministry talking about like elementary school shit. Oh, he hurt my feelings, and this happened, and why does he do that? And then I'm like, what's going on with this stuff? So I go on the channels, and these are grown men. These are men older than me, talking about this stuff. Look, I go on their channels. Look, video after video. I'm talking about 2 hour long videos on hurt feelings and shit, like how they don't like people. Hey, and even with me, like, hey, that's cool. But if you fancy yourself to be a man of Yah, what are you doing for the people? Like, okay, we understand in your from your eye, this is the worst person on earth. You don't like this dude. I got you. I get your point. But my thing is, what are you doing? Like, where's the solution? If this person's so bad, what's the solution? And I'm right here. I'm right here near the hub. I'm right around everything. And I'm gonna be honest, my experience at the feast, my experience to this date has been nothing but growth, development, following the model example that's been laid out in front of me by my leadership, by Pastor, um, and the other leaders in Straitway. And to keep it a buck, to keep it 100, some of these people that are gone, the example they laid out for me when they were here. And I've been doing nothing but growing and accelerating. So I'm trying to figure out what people are focused on, man. Like, it don't make sense. Like, I'm sitting here grinding, doing the work. That are first days that now, and I will keep it 100. This particular first day was kind of busy because we have a new saint we brought into our assembly, and usually in order for them to get to the standard we're at, it takes some work. A lot of times brothers come into this and they have things they need straightened out, fixed, taken care of, physically, mentally, spiritually, economically, uh, vehicle wise. You know what I'm saying? Things need to be sorted out and taken care of. So it's a labor of love. But when I read the word and I look at what the word's saying and what it's compelling us to do, it's telling us to gather ourselves together as a nation. Please, if somebody has a better way of doing that, show me it. Otherwise, stop bitching and complaining about the method we're using here. Because I'll be honest, it's worked fine for me, for the saints here. We have brothers here in our assembly. They came the condition they came to this assembly in was that it wasn't good, but they had a desire to grow and develop. And because it's a righteous environment conducive to growth that we have set up here, they can tell you. And I'm going to bring them on here. Not today, I ain't got time. But I'm going to bring them on here, and they can personally tell you, hey, this is where I was at when I came in. And then because of the system that we have set up, and it's just a Straitway model, because of the system we have set up, they were able to now today be in a totally different place. These brothers, I'm going to be bringing them on here. And guess what? You see what's behind me? You see this? That's what they'll tell you. That shit wasn't easy. They had to be forged into it. It wasn't easy. It wasn't soft spoken Ahab spirit shit. Nah, their feelings got hurt. It was uncomfortable. But because I loved them, I held them to a standard. Just like the leadership above me, they hold me to a standard. I'm messing up, I get checked. But if you have a desire to grow and develop, man, it's not gonna be an issue. But when you when you don't want to grow, when you are in covenant with a soft, effeminate, weak Ahab spirit, and you know what? Let me correct my speech. I'm sorry, I did not mean to say effeminate, because we got women here in our assembly that go harder in the paint than a lot of men I've seen. We got women here who are in way more control of their emotions than a lot of men I've seen out here. These mugs sent me a video. The dude is saying, "Oh, they didn't carry swords. See, they didn't try to protect themselves when they were around Jesus." It's like, bro, I'm not saying you the stupidest person in the world, but if the stupidest person in the world dies, you better be concerned. And look, that's not my own. I got that off of Facebook. Okay, I be saying that around here. But look, how stupid are you? Like, people are dumb. That they'll argue, oh, why they got security? Why they protecting themselves? Hey, dummy, did Israel have an army? Did they not? Like, what, you see all through the Bible military analogies, bro. What in the Ahab spirit are you operating in? Like, I listen to what these dudes say, and they're saying, oh, if you're in community, somebody's ruling over you. You shouldn't protect yourself. Listen to the bottom line of what they're saying. Stay separate. Don't protect yourself. Why do I have to say that that's what you're saying? Why am I saying that that is what you're implying? Because you're not showing us anything else. Again, this dude sent me these videos, and I'm sitting here. I listen to the videos, and then I'm looking at the channels, and all these dudes talk about is complaining. They're just complaining that zero solution, nothing, just hurt feeling reports. Bro, I'm here to grow. We're commanded to grow. We're commanded to work our salvation out with fear and trembling. Show me a solution. I ain't seen once. Every video is hurt feelings reports. And I could tell you, look, Pastor, you go look on Pastor's channel. He gets on there. He complains about these people out here, what they're saying out there. You know, he'll go back and forth with them. But you know what? The majority of what's on you go on his YouTube channel, majority of what's on there is stuff that's going to have you growing spiritually, financially, you name it. Health wise, all that. That's the bulk of what's on there. It's going to be edifying. It's like, man, I went to this feast, and I'll keep it a buck. When all these dudes was here in the ministry and they was butt hurt and complaining and so-called biting people, my feasts were still great. I didn't see any of that around me. But this feast here was on a whole nother level spiritually for me. And it's because I made a conscious effort to isolate and really focus on growing and developing spiritually and being careful who I was around and who I was talking to, and just for me, because there's a level of focus and concentration I need, because I'm easily distracted. So I got to really stay locked in. But I just naturally, I didn't look. maybe, like I said, maybe I'm a Wolverine. I'm immune to to the to the venom or something. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just not seeing it because I see the mission, man. A lot of these people are religious and they caught up in shit. I see this clown ass dude coming on here. Forget what the dude's name is. I'm not gonna say nobody's name on here. This dude is coming on trying to clown Pastor Dowell with a bunch of AI videos. Yo, I'm gonna tell you straight up, man. I've heard some stuff about dude. Find out he done called some of my people, some of Israel, some racist, derogatory terms. People sweep that under the rug real fast. Hey man, you know what people don't get? You know what a lot of y'all don't get, man? Hey, we're the people of the book. We've been in bondage for years. Me and the brothers here at our assembly were talking about this, y'all. See, a lot of y'all come into this, and when I say a lot of y'all from other nations come into this, and y'all take it lightly. And y'all say stuff, and I could see through it what's really operating in you. You see what I'm saying? And y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get the pain of not knowing who you are as a person, not having a history. People showing you and teaching you in school you're a slave, having guaranteed, like I could tell you, every brother, every black person in our assembly can tell you about their family history, and you think you watching it sounds like a damn Tyler Perry movie with the drama and the dysfunction and the painful things that have transpired in there. Okay? And I get it. We got other nations, people got their stuff. I'm just telling you, it's on another level with our people. And I watch people just come in and take that lightly. You know, there's a brother in the ministry that to this day I talk about all the time. His name's Brother Cody. He's up there in Straitway, Pennsylvania or whatever. Man, his name's Brother Cody, man. That brother, he's a white person, okay? He's a whatever you want to call him, but he's a white dude. But if y'all ever, you could go over to his channel. I think it's on there. Y'all need to hear his testimony, because his testimony of coming in this truth is a righteous one. That brother came into this thing, and he said, man, when that Holy Spirit convicted him, he repented for the sins of his forefathers and what they had done to our people. And like he was openly repenting about that and his mindset. And you know, a lot of people are mute about that aspect. And so I watched this dude out here making these AI videos and just full-time clowning. He meditates on that. Like you're meditating on that shit day and night. That's where your mind's at. And the sad part is dudes is signing off on this like it's something. Why? What people do what people do is they microanalyze. If you came over here to my assembly and microanalyze me as a man and wrote down everything you saw and did a video about it, you'd have me look like the worst person on earth, because I'm not perfect. I'm all effed up. I got stuff I'm working through. I'm not perfect. You understand? But I'm pressing towards the mark. Same thing with me. If I microanalyze you in your life, you're not perfect. You got issues. You know what I'm saying? But brothers, what y'all got to learn to do is stand with the principle-driven men. Because men with Ahab spirits, that's how they're going to roll. That's how they're going to roll. You see what I'm saying? And you dudes, man, y'all clowns, man. Look, I don't like. I've shrunken my social circle down to the size of a pin dot. So, look, Check this out. This is Kobe talking. Look, listen to this. This is my stance on y'all clowns who try to send me this shit and stuff like that. Send me videos. Look. I don't want to. You gonna make me stupider, man. Y'all, I don't. How do you got time to send me videos, bro? When like my day, I'm looking at the time right now. I'm glancing over here at the time right now because I got to be done here in a sec. Because I got a meeting for our business. And then when that meeting's done, I'm gonna eat breakfast. Then when I'm done eating breakfast, I gotta go out and do work. And then when I'm done working and I come back from that, I'm gonna be mentoring saints and talking to saints. Then when I'm done with that, I'm gonna eat dinner. Then when I'm done with that, I'm gonna be spending time with my family. I'm gonna go to bed. And I'm grinding. And I'm gonna do that day in, day out, day in, day out. While you're over there getting stupider. And you ain't got nothing. You're not feeding nobody shit. Oh man, y'all dudes is clowns, man. Do me a favor, put something out. Y'all got thousands between y'all probably got thousands of videos out. Put out something that's actually gonna help somebody. Oh, I'm saving the saints. I'm exposing this wicked dog. Bro, but look, all I've been doing is growing and developing. Here, right here, with these so-called wicked dogs. You know what I'm saying? What's up? Please, man. Look, don't look. Hey, you don't want to get me turned up. It's like, bro, it's too critical. Do y'all see what's going on in the Middle East? Distracted people distract people. Like, and people are following it. Like, look, my videos. Look, y'all see my video right now. Y'all see the people. My videos get about 16 views. Okay, and I'm trying to wake folks up. These dudes is getting thousands of views. So y'all, the people viewing that shit. I'm not saying you're the dumbest person in the world. But if the dumbest person in the world dies, you better be concerned. You better be worried, okay? You got something to worry about. So let's get into this, y'all. Because that was just the intro, okay? Let's get into this. The Ahab spirit is always... The Ahab spirit, it's soft. And it chooses comfort over conflict and compromise over conviction. You know, something y'all need to understand, man. And everybody, this is the thing that trips me out. All y'all study the Bible. Some of y'all claim y'all wake up and study it every morning, all that stuff like that. And you can't see through that whole book the hardness, the stern, the way people gotta, how critical it is to stand on principle. Y'all don't see that all through the book. And then you see these timid ass, tiptoe through the tulips ass motherfuckers trying to compromise the standard. What's up? Like, you're not going to achieve anything being soft. Gold is tried in the fire and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. And I have watched so many people, when the adversity comes, they run because they can't handle it. They're scared of conflict. They're scared to go to people and ask stuff. I heard a person talk about what Pastor Dowell's going to do with the land regarding his son, and it was a straight up lie, because I personally went to Pastor and asked him about that stuff. Like, these dudes is straight up lying, and I'm going to tell you what they got on me. Their speech is so articulate, it's so believable. I had one of these dudes lie on me, and it sounded so good. I was like, damn, was that a lie? Y'all remember I did the video? Dude said I'm hanging up cameras with voice recorders on and all that shit on Straitway. when I really did it over there for him. Like, I was like, I scratched. I was like, God. I was like, damn, man. You know, make it make sense, man. Let's keep it 100. You see what I'm saying? Hey, listen. With me, there's a lot of wise counsel I follow that's around me. Okay, and on top of that, I'm very focused. I've made y'all seen early in January, I started doing all those videos. I made an agreement with myself and with the Most High to get more focus. Because the way I am, bro, I'll bring a clown on my show in a sec and show him that he's a clown. I'll be like, look down at your feet. See your shoes? Those are clown shoes. See that? No, you're a clown. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem confronting folks head on in public, on live, all that stuff. But I get it. I've had some wise brothers talk to me. It's a waste of time. You ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't not gonna convince it. I get it. I'm just trying to reach some people who do have, you know what I'm saying, common sense. So let me, let's continue on. People are like, he stole money, he did this, he doing that. Okay, what should you do? What should you do? Are you going to spend the rest of your life and the time making videos? What does the word tell you to do? What does the word tell you to do with your salvation? You see what I'm saying? And I'm going to tell you, these, the funny thing about these dudes, man, is how emotional mugs be. And when I say emotional, I'm not saying, oh, you're passionate and you have emotion. How out of control they are with their emotions. Like, you watch these mugs get in the comments and they just can't stop. But guess what? You come to comments on my show, I could talk faster than you could type. And I can make you look like the clown shoe you are. So, but check this out. Look, using sensitivity or empathy as a weapon to silence men who stand on hard truths. Y'all, this is a key thing of the Ahab spirit, man. This is a lot of these videos. This is what they try to, how they try to push things. Listen, as a man or as somebody who wants to grow spiritually, there has to be a standard, and you need to be in an environment where you're going to be held to a standard. And if you're a person who doesn't want to grow and you get in one of those environments, that environment is oppressive to your carnal nature that you're in covenant with. And you therefore regard it as evil and diabolical and this, that, and the other. Again, brothers, sisters, whoever's watching, people are throwing out accusations, and y'all have seen me do this in the past upon not even careful scrutiny, just upon surface level scrutiny. You see holes in these people's approaching and what they're doing. Once you listen to somebody, you see they starting to lie, that there's lies, blatant lies, stuff like that. That's it. Why you still on that? You see what I'm saying? And again, I'm in a unique position. I'm very close to the hub and very involved with what goes on there, stuff like that. I'm trying to tell y'all, you're repeating a lot of lies. A lot of lies are getting thrown out there, and I see it. I watch it. It's like, man, that's a blatant 100% lie. And then what the people do, they'll just jump to something else. They're like bunny rabbits. They just jumping from one thing to another rapidly, just blatantly lying. Give it time. Give it about 3 or 4, maybe 5 years and watch what happens. Watch what comes up. Scripture reference. And Ahab came into the house heavy and displeased, and he laid down upon his bed and turned away his face and would eat no bread. Note the emotional manipulation when he didn't get his way, okay? The direct threat to righteous men, all right? To a soft man, a man of principle is a troubler. Your standards make their compromise look like the failure it is. Okay? This is the people who are submitted and committed to an Ahab spirit. This is what it is. Again, my focus, what is Michael Israel focus on? My focus is not microanalyzing every person around me and this, that, and the other to pick out and expose their imperfections. My mission, my focus is microanalyzing myself to pick out and expose all the imperfections. And in that, you get the teachings that you see me put out from time to time. Now, if you're a part of this assembly and you're involved in some of the groups and some of the things we got going on, then you'll receive those teachings and that guidance also. And that encouragement to what? To push yourself. Push yourself out of your comfort zone so that you can see the weak parts of yourself, the areas you need to grow and develop in. Y'all put a 100 in there if you understand what I'm saying. And this is where the manipulation is, because look, I go out there, I look at some of these people's channels, it's like Days of Our Lives. It's like one of those talk shows with Jerry Springer's show. Or I used to, way back in the day, I used to watch those court shows. It was like, it wasn't real court though, but it was like, it was staged court shows, and I used to watch them, and it grabbed you in because of the drama, you know. But that's not what you're here for, y'all. Your main purpose is to work out your salvation. It's to focus on yourself. And you don't see people compelling you to do that. You see people pointing out other people's issues. Man, try to make it make sense. All right? Effeminate men try to soften the edges of the law, of the word, to make it palatable, effectively becoming enemies of the truth. That's like you got a dude telling you, oh, everybody around Jesus didn't have swords. Okay, what are you getting at? Why'd you even waste time doing a video on that shit? Look, are people not shooting up churches? Are people not shooting up schools? Are people not shooting up any damn thing? You better have something on you to protect yourself. What was the point? I'm not saying you're the dumbest person in the world, but if the dumbest person in the world dies, you got something to be concerned about. Okay? And we're going 1 Kings chapter 18, verse 17. And it came to pass, when Ahab saw Elijah, that Ahab said unto him, art thou that troubleth Israel? Art thou he that troubleth Israel? You see what I'm saying? Ahab blames the prophet for the consequences of his own sin. Make it make sense. Y'all, look, when you really read through this book, look, this is what I tell people. I tell them, hey, read Proverbs. Like, we got a new brother here. I tell them, hey, read Proverbs. You are not going to make it very far in the Proverbs. This is if you're looking at yourself. You're not going to make it too far in the Proverbs before you got to slow down because it's cutting you so bad about issues that you need to work on with yourself. You know what Satan wants you to do? He wants you to be distracted. Because listen, if you, all he has to do is get you off track a little. He gets you distracted with the word to where you're not working on yourself and working out your own salvation, and then get you to die in your sin, and then comes the judgment. That's the name of the game. If you wanna quickly evaluate who's of Yah and who's of Satan, it's going to be the people who are compelling you to look at yourself and judge yourself and get your heart right. Those are the people of Yah. And the people who are admonishing you and pushing you to take it easy and relax and focus on this, that's Satan. It's simple. It's not complicated. Let me check this out. I will show you right now. I'll go to my comments. Look, right here in my comments. Look in the comments. You got somebody, they hell bent on this thing. Look, they hell bent on it. Look, this person is of Satan. I'm telling you straight up. He can't even receive what I'm saying. Look at him. Look at all the comments he's put in here. This dude, I'm gonna put it on here. He's in here going berserk in the comments, y'all. Why? Because he's distracted. Distracted people distract people. Satan's main thing is to distract you, get you off track, get you to not focus on yourself, get you to not work your own salvation out with fear and trembling. I listen to pastors' teachings, his messages. I don't be out there listening to all that other stuff. Why? Because I'm trying to work my salvation out. Pastors sitting there teaching lessons. Look at yourself. Work on yourself. Do this. Boom, 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 boom. Shabbat lessons. Boom, 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 boom. Staying locked in the word. Then he'll throw a video out talking about some of these clowns out here, just like I'm doing. And then he gets right back teaching the word, telling you to work on yourself. Look at yourself. Boom, 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 boom. Work through this thing. These clowns that this dude's trumpeting about in here, they're not doing that. Their stuff is 100% hurt feelings reports. He did this. He did that. He did accusation. Okay. All I'm saying, why don't y'all teach some messages to edify the 900 or 1,000 people that follow you and compel them to work on themselves? I'm not saying that's all you got to do. Do that a little. Be something. If it was so bad here, be something better than what you said was here. You don't see that. Y'all, I'm trying to show y'all the deception. You got to get your emotions under control. Again, if you're following somebody with an Ahab spirit, you're going to take on that Ahab spirit. Okay. Compromise is contagious. Softness isn't just a personal choice. It demands that everyone else softens up too, or the Ahab spirit feels unsafe. People got to maintain the standard. There's a standard. Like, you don't hear... People supposed to be teaching on this word, meditating on the word day and night, compelling you to meditate on the word day and night. Not meditate on how bad Straitway is day and night, but that's what these dudes is doing. And we got clowns sending me videos like it's like, bro, why look, lose my number in your phone, bro. What did Kobe say again? Over there, man. Like, I'm not him. I'm not him. I ain't that dude. Like, I will embarrass. Like, you send me some stuff. Like, a lot of people have talked to me, and I heed counsel. A lot of people have talked to me and said, "Hey, stay focused, Mike," because I'm telling you, if you've been around me, I could be pretty silly. I could embarrass some folks online real bad. But look, I'm on assignment, y'all. I'm trying to get after this thing. All right, let me keep going. You see me keep looking over here at the time. All right, let me see. I don't know if I'm gonna get through all this, but y'all get my point. Um, so the danger of the soft path. Softness isn't just a personal choice. It demands that everyone else softens up too. Okay, we talked about that. A man without a backbone eventually becomes a tool for Satan. Bro, Satan's always trying to get in. You got to stand firm. I witnessed. So I said I witnessed a dude leaving the ministry. I saw the text he sent pastor, and it was on some soft stuff. It was clearly stuff where you weren't being the man you needed to be. You weren't standing on business. Like, to lead a family and bro, it ain't for the faint of heart. You can't be soft. You can't be timid. I've seen it. Then I watched somebody come in and say, oh, they kicked them off. I was like, that's a lie. Like, they do it a straight line. So why are you sending me their videos when I know they be lying? You see what I'm saying? Let me see. Yep. See, my day beginning to pick up already. But I got time today, though. I did have time. I got my stuff done, so I had this hour here to come on. So, yeah. All right. Let's see. The result of... All right, look. When men become soft, the community loses its protection and its moral compass. So, again, when a man is standing on principle, when a man is righteous and standing on the book, it takes that type of man to lead something. You ain't gonna have no soft jellyback man bring nothing forth. Okay? It does not work. I can show you. It's all through the book. Everything you read in the book. Read about, even Jesus. Read about Jesus. He rebuked people so bad they were like, eh. You know what I'm saying? What did he do to the money changers when he went in the temple? Was he timid? Was he speaking soft? No. Ecclesiasticus, it's out of Book of Sirach in the Apocrypha. Woe be to fearful hearts and faint hands, and the sinner that goeth two ways. Woe unto him that is faint hearted, for he believeth not. Therefore shall he not be defended. Okay? You can't be soft, faint hearted. Like, you can't be a soft, timid dude. What are we talking about when we say faint-hearted? Bro, sometimes these situations come up. You on assembly and you in community. Yeah, situations come up and they challenge your pride and certain deep-rooted things in you. I go through it. I deal with it. That's where I've grown. When I tell you I've grown a lot in the last 6 months or so, it's going through hard situations that expose where I'm weak at. Areas I need to grow in. Stuff I prayed about. I prayed about the stuff, but this is how the change comes. Gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. So you pray for growth, and the Most High will send adversity. And a lot of people run from that. This is what it's about. Y'all don't, and look, these clowns want to come in here and talk about, these dudes want to come in here, like the one dude I showed you, want to come in here, look at their minds. They want to come in here and think I'm in here to argue about who right, who wrong, he did this, he said, I'm trying, and the main idea of what we talking about here is to tell you to look at yourself. Get your thoughts, feelings, emotions under control. This is what I'm coming in here doing. Don't be faint-hearted. I'm trying to compel you to not be faint-hearted. And you want to talk about soap operas. You see what I'm saying? Make it make sense. So these clowns is coming on doing videos like, oh, I'm trying to pull people out of Straitway and save them. Bro, I'm watching people grow and come out of stuff. Look, at the feast, man, we had brothers confess stuff that, man, woof. Stuff I haven't even talked about on here. Okay? Now in the past I have, but just very disturbing things coming out of that. Literally pulling people out of the clutches of Satan with stuff like depression, sexual sin, all types of like heavy stuff. Murder, like spirits of murder, wanting to kill people, like real stuff. Pull them out of it. Put them in an environment that's conducive for them to grow and become righteous. And then you got people saying, oh, that's evil, that's wrong, you need to get out of there and all. What? I'm not saying you're the dumbest person in the world, but if the dumbest person in the world dies, you got something to be concerned about. I'm serious. You're off. Because then we go over there to y'all. If I sent one of these people over there to y'all with these soap opera channels, they go right back into whatever sin that Satan had them in the clutches of. Because some of these people, Satan had his hands on them ready to take them out. Make it make sense. And then you got people who come in here and they literally can't control their emotions. You can see the spirit, them wrestling with a spirit on them. I can't stop typing about this. It's just like something's controlling my hands. Yeah, that's a demon. You got a demon in you. It's called the Ahab spirit. Because you follow, that's what you're following after. So you have no emotional control. So this is the only thing you talk about. You can't get with the program of what I'm talking about here. Like the other saints in here. The other saints are like, hey, we got to work on our spirits. We got to get our minds right. I get it. I see it. I got to focus on me. This is the main idea of what I'm talking about. Mugs be triggered, bro. They be triggered. So Rock Ecclesiasticus 4, this is chapter 4, verse 28. This is a good one. Strive for the truth unto death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. Who? Who's going to fight for you? Somebody type in there who's going to fight for you. Muhammad Ali going to fight for you? Trump going to fight for you? Who going to fight for you? It tells you to strive for the truth. Let's word that a different way. Get your mind right. You be righteous. You move what the word says. And people find a way to twist that. But if you pass away tomorrow, if you were told, hey, tomorrow you're gonna pass away, then your priority, then this video I'm doing is gonna make sense to you. Then you're gonna stop being on them silly ass, dumbass channels you on over there, and you're gonna get real and you're gonna get serious. Type shit. You see what I'm saying? That type shit. Make that make sense. Um, okay, let's see. I'm not gonna get to the rest of this. Let me see if there's anything. Okay, here we go. Friction and pruning. Listen to this, y'all. An environment that challenges you acts as a filter. It forces you to shed inefficient habits and soft mindsets that cannot survive under pressure, leaving only what is functional and effective. See, that's the type of environment we're cultivating, or we've cultivated here in our assembly. That's the type of environment that is in Straitway. And people who don't want to grow and develop, that environment is grievous to them. Okay? People who don't really want to be righteous, they're prideful, they don't want to be humble, that's grievous to them. And what happens, that spirit in them, it starts and it starts lashing out and finding a way to justify itself to stay there and to continue to inhabit you. And what you have is a whole movement that you can jump into that will feed that. But all you got to do is think a little bit and look and realize, yo, this shit ain't doing nothing for me. How's this going to play out 8 years from now? Where am I going to be at watching this bullshit? You might as well just go watch Days of Our Lives or Tyler Perry movies. At least you're going to get better entertainment. Put a 100 up in there if you get where I'm coming from. So, yeah, man, it's man, you gotta make this thing. You gotta make this shit make sense. I'm telling you, some of this stuff, man, is pure clownery. Okay, you can't develop into what you're destined to be while remaining who you are. Transformation requires a departure from the familiar. You must be willing to be the least in the room of high performance eventually become a peer. You know what I'm saying? When I came in here, when I came to Straitway, it was a humbling experience because it was like, and I'm telling you, it was not easy. It was like there was stuff Pastor told me to do, and I was like, why he want to tell him who he think he is? It's like, I know how to do this. I could do that. And then the Spirit, the Holy Spirit said to me, look what he's been doing, and look what you're doing. Look what he has, look what you have. Look at his consistency, look at your. And I had to humble down. And guess what? It has proven to be a blessing for myself, for my family, and people around me. Okay? Let's see. Listen to this. Many choose a peaceful environment because it demands nothing of them. People run to that shit. They run to peace and all that stuff like that. A righteous man chooses the challenge because he understands that a life without struggle is a life without an increase, or is a life without growth. Okay? And y'all know my verse. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in a furnace of adversity. And I'm telling you, listen, let me say this. I've been in adversity. And the same voices that I hear people saying, the same justifications for why they didn't stay in that adversity that you see in these videos, they weren't able to humble down, and all this stuff like that. It was oppressive. It's oppression. This, that. It is. It's oppressive to your flesh, to your carnal nature. But you gotta die. You gotta die to self. Then this stuff becomes effortless. But you see a lot of people who haven't died to self. How can you prove that, Michael Israel? Just go over there. I tell you what. Take the Michael Israel challenge. Go over there on their channels and watch nothing but their videos for a month straight. And then see where you're at spiritually. See where you're at mentally. See how you feel. You know, see how you're thinking. Take the Michael Israel challenge. Go watch nothing but spiritual combat videos for a month straight. And see how you feel. See how you're waking up. See what's on your mind. See how things are going in your life. Go watch nothing but Straitway videos for a month straight. Take the challenge. Prove it. Prove all things and hold fast to that which is true. These dudes is talking. I'm about footwork and proof. You see what I'm saying? Anyway, y'all, I want to leave y'all with this. For y'all clowns who try to send me over videos and stuff, okay, that's my message to y'all. To the rest of y'all saints, I appreciate y'all tuning in. You know, I'm Michael Israel. You're watching Spiritual Combat. And when that said, shalom, shalom.